Good morning, children. Hope all are fine. So let's start the class without any further delay. So in the previous class, we had learnt about summer season and rainy season, right? So today we are going to study about winter, spring and autumn, and as well as climatic reasons. If possible, natural vegetations also I'm going to try to complete today. Okay. Now let's start with winter season first. Winter season in India, it starts from November and continues till February, right? So can you tell me which season is this? This is winter season, right? Now children, can you tell me which is the coldest month of the year? January is the coldest month of the year, right? Everyone knows that January is the coldest month of the year. Now, the northern region of the country, it remains cold during winter, right? And however, the southern region, it experiences moderate climate. Yes. Now, can you tell me why the southern region has a moderate climate? The southern region has a moderate climate because of a large water bodies, and the southern part is covered with water, right? So this is the southern region, southern part. This is the southern part, and it is covered with, say for example, let me draw this. First we'll start with north south, okay? Directions are very important, east and west. So this is the southern region, right? So this is the southern region. And the southern part. So towards this, so why it is covered, why it is a moderate climate, southern part? Southern part has a moderate climate. Why? Because it is covered with water all around. It has a water bodies, right? So here in this area, in this region, it has an Arabian Sea, right? And in the on the bottom level, it has Indian Ocean, and in this region towards the east, it has Bay of Bengal, right? So all these three portions, all these three parts are covered with water. Understood? That's why it has moderate climate during winter also in the southern region. Now, next is, now we'll continue, we'll come towards spring and autumn. So spring and autumn are two transitional short seasons which occur in some parts of India. Now autumn comes just before winter, and when the trees shed their leaves. Yes, during autumn, what is the main thing? The trees shed their leaves during autumn season. Okay. And spring falls at the end of winter. Now after winter, we'll proceed towards spring season, okay, and the beginning of summer. So spring is the beginning of summer when new shoots, leaves and flowers spring up on the trees and bushes. Okay, so spring is the season after straight away or just after winter vacation or just after winter season, and the shoots, leaves and flowers, it spring upon the trees and bushes. So this is all about seasons. Now we'll proceed towards the climatic region. Now, climatic region. India has been divided into different climatic regions, that is based on the climatic conditions of the zone. Okay, they are tropical, wet climate, tropical, wet and dry climatic regions. Number 3, semi-arid regions, and number 4, humid subtropical climatic regions. And the next, highland climate, and the last one, arid or desert climate. So these are the tropical regions. These are the climatic regions of India. So they are, number 1 point, tropical wet climate, number 2, tropical wet and dry climatic regions, number 3, semi-arid regions, humid subtropical and climatic regions, and highland climate as well as arid or desert climate. Now, we will start with one by one. Okay. Now, tropical wet climate. It is hot and has heavy rainfall, hardly any winter. So, in the tropical wet climate, it is a hot and it has heavy rainfall, hot and heavy rainfall, and it hardly has any winter. Now, number 2 points, tropical wet and dry climate. It has dry winters, hot summers and rainy monsoons, as well as southeastern coast gets winter monsoon rain. They get winter monsoon rain during tropical wet and dry climate. Now, the next one is semi-arid. What happens in semi-arid? It has a hot summer, cool winters and little rain. Semi means half. Yes, semi means half. It has a hot summer and the winter is cool, as well as they get little rain. Not much, little rain. Now, number 4 points, humid subtropical. Now, it has a hot summer. In humid subtropical, it has hot summers with a heavy monsoon, rains in eastern parts and cool winter. It has rain in eastern part and it has cool winter. It is in humid subtropical region. Now, the next one is highland climate. What happens in highland climate now? What kind of season they have? What kind of climatic condition they have? It has cool summer. The summer is cool and rain during monsoons and a very cold winter. So, highland climate means towards the northern part, right? So, it has cool summer, rain during monsoon and a very cold winter. Winters are very cold. And lastly, we have arid or desert climate. It has a hot summer during this region, in this climatic condition. What happens? It has a hot summer, a very low rainfall and cold winter. It has a hot summer, low rainfall and winters are cold. So, this is in arid or desert climate. Now, we will move towards natural vegetations now. Now, first of all, let us know what is natural vegetation. What do you mean by natural vegetation? Natural, what do you mean by natural? Natural means normal, isn't it? Natural, which is made by God. Natural vegetation means the plant that have not been grown by humans. It is natural, not made by humans. Understood? It is called natural vegetation. It's the plants which is grown not by humans. It is grown in natural. It depends on temperature and moisture. It also depends on factors like slope and thickness of soil. So, it depends on the soil. It depends on the soil as well as thickness of soil also. The slope also, understood, depends on the factors of slope as well as the thickness of soil. Now, what are the different types of natural vegetations now? We will move towards the different types of natural vegetations found in India. Now, the different types of natural vegetations found in India are tropical evergreen forest, and in this region, the tropical evergreen forests grow in regions which are warm and it receives more than 200 centimeter of rainfall. That is tropical evergreen forest. Now, the different types of natural vegetations are number 1, tropical evergreen forest, and it has a tropical evergreen forest has a warm climatic condition as well as it receives more than 200 centimeter of rainfall. And in India, they grow on the slopes of Western Ghats. Now, where is Western Ghats now? Which side is Western Ghats? This side is Western Ghats, okay? towards the Western Ghats, like Kerala and Karnataka. So, Western Ghats falls in Kerala and Karnataka, and in the northeastern hills. So, northeast, this one, northeast hills. Okay, northeast hills, and it falls on that. So, Kerala, it grows on the slopes of Western Ghats such as Karnataka and Kerala, as well as in the northeastern hills. Here, this side is called northeastern hills. Okay, and the tree grown here are mahogany, ebony, and rosewood. So, the trees grown in this region are mahogany, ebony, and rosewood. These are the trees grown here. Now, next we have is tropical deciduous forest. Deciduous forests are most widespread forest of India. It is one of the most widespread forest of India. Deciduous. Now, what do you mean by deciduous now? Deciduous means trees which shed their leaves once a year. Trees which shed their leaves once a year in dry season to conserve water. It conserves water. Understood? These deciduous trees conserve water, and their new leaves grow just before the rainy season. They conserve water, and new leaves, it grows just before the rainy season. Trees of deciduous forest are, what are the trees grown in the deciduous forest now? The trees grown in the deciduous forest are sandalwood, sesame, neem, people, etc. So, I am so sorry for that. I cannot draw the diagrams, I cannot draw the picture for this. So, I am going to post it in the offline class. Okay. Now, the trees grown are sandalwood, sesame, and neem, as well as people. So, this is a forest. These are the trees grown in the region in the tropical deciduous forest. Now, next is tropical thorny forest and shrubs. Okay, and scrubs. Tropical forests are found. Where do we find tropical forest now? Tropical forests are found in places which receive less than 70 centimeter of annual rainfall. So, tropical forest, it is found in the place where they receive less than 70 centimeter of annual rainfall. Annual means yearly, annual rainfall. So, what are the trees grown in this thorny forest and shrubs? Acacia, babul, palm, and cactus are the main trees of tropical thorny forest. And next is montane forest. Next we have is montane forest. Now, montane forests are found. Where do we find this forest now? Montane forests are found on the slopes of mountains. Mountain forests are found on the slopes of mountains, and mostly alpine grasslands grow in colder slopes before the snow line. So, it grows towards the colder slopes before towards the slopes, mountain forest. Okay, mountain forests are grown here in the mountainous region, and mostly alpine grasslands grow in the colder region, colder slopes before the snow line. So, these are the snow line area, isn't it? Himalayas are covered with snow all the time throughout the year, isn't it? Only mosses and lichens grow in this region. So, these are the trees grow in this region. Mosses and lichens grow in these regions, plants and all. Now, lastly we have mangrove forest. What do you mean by mangrove forest? Mangrove forests are found, where do we find this? In the coastal regions. So, in the coastal areas, and mangrove forests are found in coastal areas where tides occur. Okay. So, what are the trees grown in this region now? The Sundari tree grow in the delta of river Ganga, and the forest and different species of trees are our national wealth. So, the forest plays a very important role, as well as the forest and the species of trees are our national wealth. It is our duty to protect and preserve these forests and trees, isn't it? So, we must not cut down trees, we must save them. It causes global warming. You know that, isn't it? The meaning of global warming. So, we need to save our forest with a great care. Understood? So, that's all for today. So, we had learnt a lot today. So, just go through the chapter, go through the book also. Understood? Go through the chapter, and in the offline class, we will be doing exercise work. As well as we have our last class on the 4th of December. So, I'll explain, or I'll explain the natural disasters in a very short form. Okay. So, it won't take much time. So, during that period, or in that class, I'll be starting with natural vegetation. So, I had completed the chapter that is climate and vegetations today, right. So, we'll be starting the new chapter, next chapter. Just I'm not going to go in detail for that chapter, just I'll touch the chapter and I'll try to explain to you in a very short form. Is that clear? That's all for today. If any doubt, if any doubt, anything, any problem, just let me know. You can contact me in my personal number. That's all.